Understanding sexual harassment, preventing harm in the workplace. Presentation overview. Legal definition of sexual harassment. What constitutes sexual harassment and what policies do employers have in place to prevent it? Quid pro quo harassment and hostile work environment harassment. Explanation of the two main types of sexual harassment, quid pro quo harassment and hostile work environment harassment. Measures to prevent sexual harassment. Exploration of the measures that employers can take to prevent sexual harassment from happening in the first place. Definition of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is defined as any unwelcome sexual conduct that creates a hostile or offensive work environment. This can include inappropriate comments, gestures, touching, or other forms of unwanted sexual attention. Legal definition of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment defined. Sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that is prohibited by law. It can include unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature that creates a hostile or offensive work environment. Quid pro quo harassment. Quid pro quo harassment occurs when a supervisor or employer demands sexual favors in exchange for job benefits, such as promotions, pay rises, or continued employment. Hostile work environment harassment. Hostile work environment harassment occurs when unwelcome sexual conduct makes the work environment hostile or offensive. This can include offensive jokes, insults, or other forms of verbal or physical conduct that create an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. Workplace policies on sexual harassment. Employers can prevent sexual harassment in the workplace by implementing policies and practices such as training employees, establishing complaint procedures, and conducting investigations into alleged incidents. Prevention of sexual harassment, training and education. Employers can prevent sexual harassment by providing training and education to their employees, such as workshops, seminars, and online courses that address the issue of sexual harassment in the workplace, promote a safe and respectful workplace. Creating a safe and inclusive workplace. Employers can create a safe and inclusive workplace by promoting a culture of respect and zero tolerance for sexual harassment, establishing channels for reporting and addressing complaints, and creating a supportive work environment for victims of sexual harassment. Implementing policies and procedures. Employers can prevent sexual harassment by implementing policies and procedures that address the issue of sexual harassment in the workplace, including clear guidelines for what constitutes sexual harassment, how to report it, and how it will be investigated and resolved. Training and education. Importance of training and education. Providing training and education to employees is one of the most effective ways to prevent sexual harassment at work. It helps employees understand what is considered sexual harassment and how to report it. Common training topics. Common training topics include defining sexual harassment, discussing the effects of sexual harassment on victims and the workplace, and reviewing the company's sexual harassment policy and reporting procedures. Training methods. Training methods include in person training sessions, online training courses, and workshops. It is important to ensure that the training is interactive and engages employees to participate. Creating a safe and inclusive workplace. Diversity and inclusion initiatives. Employers can promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace by implementing initiatives that recognize and respect differences in race, gender, ethnicity, religion, and sexual orientation. Employee resource groups. Employee resource groups are voluntary employee led groups that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. ERGs provide a platform for employees to connect, share ideas, and provide feedback to the organization. Zero tolerance policies. Employers can implement zero tolerance policies towards sexual harassment in the workplace. This includes providing training and resources to employees, developing clear reporting procedures, and taking swift action to investigate and address any reports of harassment. Conclusion: sexual harassment can have serious and lasting effects on victims. Employers who have the responsibility to prevent it from happening in the workplace should do so by creating a safe and inclusive environment and by providing training and education to employees. Thank you.